Good morning, students. Today we are going to see chapter 3 scoping. Chapter 1 and 2 we will see later. I have chosen chapter 3 because you have learned already. I hope you all remember that in C++ we already learned scoping. Scoping is nothing but a life of a variable. How long a variable can be utilized. Now look at the definition of scope. Scope refers to the visibility of variables. Parameters. Parameters is nothing but it also known as variable in function. So now also function in one part of a program to another part of the same program is called scope. Now look at the definition of variable. Variable is nothing but it is the name of a value where the value is stored in the memory. Now look at the example for variable. A equal to 10, B equal to 20. In this example, A and B are called variables. 10 and 20 are called values. So, variable is a name to store a value. How a person needs a name to call, like values also need a name to call. So, variable is a name to store a value. I hope you understand. We have seen what is called variable. Now we are going to know what is called mapping. The process of binding a variable name with an object is called mapping. Equal to sign is used in programming language to map the variable and object. So that means A equal to 10. We have seen in example now. So A is a variable, 10 is a value. Here in this definition, a value is defined as object. So don't confuse. A equal to 10. We are assemble a variable and value and assigning a value 10 to A. That process is called binding. The process of binding variable with and value with the help of equal to symbol is known as mapping. Is it clear? So now look at the example for mapping. A equal to 5. So in this example, A equal to 5 is called mapping. A is known as variable and 5 is known as value. So 5 is assigned to A. It is also known as A becomes to 5. So when we declare a variable name, as a space is assigned in memory. It is shown in the picture. Just look at carefully. Under the box A, they have one name XD1F. That means memory address. We have already seen in C++. Just recall it. So variable name is A is stored in memory at a particular location. That is memory address. Whenever we call A, it goes to that place and find the value and assign it to the program. So the process of assigning a value to the variable is called mapping. Let's see mapping with another example. A is equal to 5. It is mapping. A is a variable, 5 is a value. 5 is assigned to the variable A. So A is a named storage area where 5 is stored. See the next example. A is equal to 5 and B is equal to A. So now A and B are different variables. They share the value of 5. If we change the value of A, it won't affect the value of B. Let's see with another example. In the first example, A is equal to 5, B is equal to A. So the value of B is 5. If we change the value of A is 3, we thought that the value of B is also changed. But it is not like that. See the next example. Now the value of A alone get changed. The value of B doesn't affect. So the B is still 5. The value of A alone get changed. There is no change in the value of B. Is it clear? If we use pointer in this variable, it may get changed. But in this example, we didn't use any pointer. Have you all remember what is pointer? Pointer is an asterisk symbol. If we declare a pointer symbol before a variable, we use a reference operator too. Let's see in the next example. Look at this example. So asterisk symbol is called pointer variable. In first example, B is equal to ampersand A. Here ampersand is a reference symbol. Reference means it goes to the memory address. We already learnt in C++, just recall it. If we assign B equal to ampersand A means A and B shares the memory address. In second example, we just assign B equal to A. That means it just shares the value alone, not a memory address. If a variable shares the memory address, if we change a value of one variable, it get affect another variable. But if we shares values for variables, it doesn't affect anyone. Can you clear? There are 4 types of scope. LEGB. L refers to local scope. E refers to enclosed scope. G refers to global scope. And B refers to built-in scope. Already we have learnt in C++. There are 4 scope. File scope, class scope, function scope, local scope. Have you all remembered that? So in this Python language too, we have the same scope. Let's see in brief. It is known as LEGB rule. These are the types of scope. L means local scope. A variable can be defined inside a function is called local scope. A variable can be defined inside enclosing function. Enclosing functions mean nested function. We have already learnt in C++ what is nested function. A function inside a function is called nested function. In nested function, there are 2 functions called inner function and outer function. If the value of the variable is found in inner function, it takes. Otherwise, it searches the value for the variable in outer function is called enclosed function. Next one is global scope. A variable can be defined at the uppermost level is called global scope. Last one is built-in scope. A variable or reserved names in built-in functions. Built-in functions also known as modules. Look at the diagram. Local scope means inside a block. What is block? Open curly brace and closed curly brace. Inside, what are the statements are called block? Have you all remembered that? Next, enclosed. Outer function. There is an inner function inside it. Enclosed means nested function. Starting of the program. If we declare a variable after the main program is called global scope. Built-in means module. Let's see the types of scope one by one. First one is local scope. Look at the definition for local scope. Local scope refers to variables defined in current function. That is block. Inside a block, if there is any variable declared, the variable can be accessed in the block itself is called local scope. Look at the second point. A function will first look up for a variable name in its local scope. Third point, only if it does not find it there, the outer scope are checked. Look at the example. In the middle box, there are two boxes. Inside box is called inner function. Outside box is called outer function. So the inner function is called local scope. In the inner function, there are three statements. Just look at what are they. First one is disp, parenthesis, then colon. Do you remember what is parenthesis? Opening and closing brackets is called parenthesis. If any word end with parenthesis, that is a name of a function. So disp is a short form of display. It is the name of a function. How do we know that? Through the parenthesis we can know it is a function. A function definition must be ends with colon. What is colon? So dot by dot is called, the symbol is called colon. So disp is the name of a function. Under the disp, the one variable is declared. Its name is A. The value 7 is assigned to the variable A. So under the disp, a variable name is given. That is a local variable. So next statement is print A. So now what will be the output for this program? So disp is the name of a function. A is a variable. 7 is the value for A. When we call print statement, the A will be printed. What is the value of A? Value of A is 7. So 7 will be printed. Is it clear? Local scope means it sees the inner function. If it finds the variable there, it print the output. If there is not found the value of the variable, it just go to the next outer function. The inner boxes refer to an inner function. The outer boxes refer to an outer function. That is given in the middle box. Is it clear? Shall we move to the next scope? Now look at the second type of scope. It is enclosed